Okay. Uh, Good morning. Welcome to the second week of the O.W.L.s Magical Readathon. Today the sun decided to come out, and it's blinding. I've been standing under the sun to try to develop a tan, but I'm pasty white as milk. I am currently on chapter, I believe. Yeah, I'm currently on the middle chapter 6 on Nevernight, and it's so interesting. The world so far is so rich, and it's full of monsters, which I didn't anticipate. I thought it was like a medieval kind of world, but no, there are monsters here. And magic, apparently. I haven't seen it, but there is magic, which I didn't anticipate, but it's a welcome surprise. So yeah, I'll try to get another, at least to get halfway through today, because this is kind of a big book. But yeah, I'll rely on my audiobook. Do you want to see the transformation? This is the sun today. Hell yeah. So I participated in a reading room via Zoom meeting, which was very fun. I will link the Twitter down below of the girls that are hosting the whole thing. There is a whole Library of Alexandria theme with Egyptian gods as the various houses, which was very cool. I read a pretty big chunk of Nevernight. I'm on chapter 8. So yeah, it's getting pretty interesting. There's a character that talks about herself in third person, and I didn't know that, and I thought the whole time she was referring to another invisible person in the room, which was confusing, but then I got it, which was, this brain is slow sometimes. Okay. Hello, good morning. Today is Saturday, and it's kind of a lazy day. The sun is still bright in the sky, and I'm doing a little gouache painting for my grandma. Still don't really know how to use gouache, but a gal can learn. I am actually my mark is here, but I am farther in with the audiobook in Nevernight. And it's really interesting, the fact that the institution that the main character is in is actually kind of a school for assassination. It's very cool. The different kind of arts, picking pockets and seducing to get informations, kind of stuff like that. It's very interesting. Right now, though, I have very exciting plans. Well, exciting for me because I've just found out that I can watch the Neon Genesis Evangelion movies on my computer, and I really want to do kind of a marathon of all the 3 movies that are out, because if you don't know, there is a main TV show series called Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's 26 episodes, and then there are 2 movies that complete the series. There are The End of Evangelion and Death and Rebirth. I believe these are the two. And then there is a reboot of the series, but the same author, it's the same guy. They are called 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and then remastered in 1.11 and etc. etc. And the final film is going to come out in Japan in June this year. After waiting for so long, there are so many endings to this saga, and I am such a fan of this series. It talks about psychology, it talks about the human mind and the human nature. It talks about like all kinds of symbolism. It's so great. It's very sad. It's very sad. I think going into it is going to be about exciting action, giant robots protecting the earth, but it's not that. It's not about that at all. There are some like explosion and action scenes, but it's not about that. So I really want to watch at least the first film today. So I'm sorry, Nevernight, you have to wait.
Di evito sempre se sta con i turisti.
Okay, so people here are doing a very cool things, that is leaving books on windows wheels so that when you walk on the street you can take some books that people don't want anymore without having to like get into contact with people because libraries are still closed. So we're doing one of those but with a flower box. Okay, so this is it. It says take whatever you want and leave other books if you want to, and I'm going to fill it up with books. Okay, so mini Unhauls, because there are a bunch of books that I don't want anymore and I'm going to put them in the flower box. First book, Fallen Kingdoms by Margaret Rhodes. There are some of these books that I have read, some of that I haven't, so I can't really give you a synopsis. This is one of the ones that I haven't read. It's a fantasy book. I am not interested in reading this anymore, so it's going into the pile. Okay, next, Colin Fisher by Ashley Edward Miller and Zach Stentz. I hope I'm not butchering that names. Haven't read this, not interested. Tempo by Owen Colfer. I was so disappointed in this book. The Artemis Fowl series by Owen Colfer was one of my favorite series growing up, and this was not it. Disappointed, so yeah. Scanner Darkly by Philip K. Dick. This deals with the drug market, and the main character is, I believe, a policeman or a detective and wants to uncover the mischief around that, and he becomes, I think, addicted to the drug to conduct an investigation. I probably will read this someday, but I have multiple copies of this, so this is the one that is least attractive. Shine, Shine, Shine by Lydia Netzer. This, I tried to get into this. There's still my bookmark, which I probably should take back. But the writing was very formulaic and kind of slow, and I never got to finish it, so yeah. This is Life When It Was Ours, or La Vida Cuando Era Nuestra in Spanish, I think, by Marian Izaguirre. This is an historical fiction book, and that's all I know because I haven't read it, but I'm not interested in this anymore. I hope it will find a better home with a better owner. Next, Hyperversion by Cecilia Randall. I tried to get into the series, never got around to do that. It was... I can't really remember because this is a very old book in my collection, and it's very tiny. It's kind of a weird edition, but yeah, the writing was very dense, as I remember. This is kind of a controversial book. This is A List of Cages by Ravel. It has a beautiful cover. and a beautiful undercover. I was so disappointed. I didn't like that. This is one of the few that I have finished, and I really didn't like that. The plot I didn't like, and the writing was very like it lacked, I think, when it came to not only descriptions but like atmosphere. So I was so disappointed. I really wanted to like this. Here, La Leva by Alessia Gazzola. This is an Italian book that got really popular by like word spread, and everybody was reading it, and I bought it thinking, you know, it's a thriller and I don't know, everybody is reading it, but I lost interest. So yeah. Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. This was very popular on BookTube many years ago when it first came out, and a lot of people were reading it and loving it, but I bought it only for the BookTube hype and for the cover because it's very pretty, but I never got into this, so you know. Okay, this is the end of my mini book haul, so let's get this bad boy into use. Okay, so I decided to do something cute and put like little messages into the books so that if you pick one, you get a little message from me to you. So, yeah. I have a tag that keeps on creaking. So, hi, hello. Today is Sunday. Happy Easter if you celebrate that. And I know I totally look like a different person, but I felt like putting on some makeup, and I'm trying to find a kind of cute setup for my sit down and talk videos, even though I'm standing up. Yay! Because I have some ideas to film. I want to, I have some ideas. This is the notebook I have for ideas and, notes. So yeah, I really want to film what I read in this meanwhile, but I want to do like seasonal edition, so like what I read this winter, which is kind of a lot of books, but I will see what to do about that. Updates on Nevernight. Things are getting exciting. Yeah, there is a bit of a mystery with the characters and the motivation, and this especially one of the characters that doesn't talk and only like writes on a chalkboard, that it's called Hush. I have no idea if he's mute or if is pretending, but I'm really interested. Sometimes I feel like the writing is kind of cheesy. I don't know if it's the fact that it's translated. It's not as prominent in the audiobook, so that's maybe why. There are some things like the made-up terms that are very like super silly translated in Italian. So also some of the names in here are like Latin Italian inspired, and there is a character who has a name and a surname that are the same exact of one of my friends. Which was hilarious when I sent him the picture. Was like, oh my god. So yeah. Oh yeah, about my book box. Apparently it was successful because they took all of our books. Nobody left any, but maybe it was because it was the first day and nobody knew that they can like bring books to the box. So my mother supplied some more books and it's out now. I don't know if like it's Easter, so maybe people are more at home and don't like shop for groceries that much, and because it's a Sunday, Italy decided to like close all the shops on Sunday, like normally, but in Venice it's not like that. Sunday almost everything is open, almost. So yeah. no. No, non è per te. Ah!
Avevamo la sorpresa per fuori.
Che schifo! Okay, hi, hello. This is the craziest corner of my room, and this is my tiniest bookshelf. All of those are mangas and books I haven't read yet, but my book box made me realize that I have a ton of other books that I don't really want to keep, but there are a ton that I have forgotten about, like... Do I need the Pokemon Encyclopedia? No. Will I keep it? Absolutely yes, it's the Pokemon Encyclopedia. But yeah, so another little unhaul, I think. Hi! Hello! Ah! Okay, first book is Firebird, La Caccia. The original title of this is 1,000 Pieces of You, which was circulating on BookTube kind of a long time ago by Claudia Gray. I liked it. It was very meh. I liked the sci-fi aspect of it, like the time travel. I believe this was a time travel story. But other than that, it was very bland and the writing didn't wow me. So you'll find a better home. Ooh, okay, side note. In one of my tags, I talked about a graphic novel called Gollum by an Italian illustrator, and he did the covers for the Arabesque Southern Rich series by Jeff Vandermeer, and like they're stunning, and the cover is clear. So this is Annihilation, this one. This is Authority, stunning, and this is Acceptance. Yeah, they're stunning. I love this book so much, and I love these covers. Okay, I have here Io sono zero by Luigi Ballerini, which means I am zero, which is the story of a boy who is found frozen in ice. I tried to get into this so many times and I just couldn't, so it's going into the unhaul pile. And then I have The Spindlers by Lauren Oliver. Lauren Oliver is actually a kind of famous author on BookTube, and when I saw this felt like a cute middle grade story about adventures and wacky fantasy adventures. But this doesn't interest me anymore, so I hope another kid will find it interesting. Okay, we're down to the third shelf out of 4. So first book is La Casa dei Sogni by Marzia Bisognini, or The Dream House, I believe it was in English. This is the book that Marzia, PewDiePie or Felix fiance, or now wife, I believe they're married, yes, wrote, and I immediately bought it because I was very curious. I hated this book. It had everything that I hate, every trope that you can think of, and this read like a bad fanfiction. I'm so sorry. even though I believe it was first written in Italian, so it was not translated, this one, so I'm sorry. Next is a very, 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 very short classical like novella. It's called Il Ballo by Irene Nemirovsky. Yeah, the original title was Le Bal, so the same thing, it's the ball, and it has how many pages? 76. I hated every single one of them. They were so pretentious. I hated the story so much. So now my curse is that someone else has to read it and hate it. Take that. Next is The Maze Runner, The Mutation by James Dashner. This is kind of the continuation of the Maze Runner trilogy. Yeah, the Maze Runner trilogy. And I read the original trilogy and liked it. It was okay, alright, nothing special. So I bought the prequel and never read it. And now I'm not interested anymore. Okay, last shelf. First and Thirst. This is Psychic Detective Yakumo or Shire Tante Yakumo. La luce in fondo all'oscurità. This is the novel of the manga series by Manabu Kaminaga. This unfortunately is the third volume, and I'm going to get rid of this because I have two. I have two! I probably forgot I had already bought it, so but it tells the same story as the manga, so maybe someone has the manga and wants to read it, or maybe someone has the first and second volume. Highly doubt that. And then the last one, I'm on the fence about. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of this. I think I will think about it some more days, but it's Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. Yeah, quite a popular book. I loved and hated books by Brandon Sanderson. I loved the Mistborn trilogy. I really adored it, and the one of the novellas that is called Legion that has like a whole story about it, I love that to death, like super duper love it. And then I read a superhero book that is called Steelheart, and I really didn't like it. And then I got this far into Skyward and I was bored. I didn't really like the main character, and I love sci-fi with all of my heart. It's one of my favorite genres. But the more technical you are about what you're writing about, the more I will love it. And this lacked detail. It's massive, but it lacked the detail, which was so much present in the Mistborn trilogy. The detail of the magic system, which I know magic systems are like maybe easier to talk about than piloting ships, because technology and magic are two very different things. But I don't know, I was disappointed. So I think I will make a poll on Twitter if I should get rid of this, because, or, you know, let it have a second chance, because I am on the fence about it. So yeah, that's about it. These are all the books I'm going to get rid of, and I will put in my book box. Hi, there is the Italian hymn at the radio, so if you hear that, that is the Italian national anthem, which is great. I am very oily because it's 9 p.m. and I've spent all my day watching the Evangelion movies reboot. Eva 1.11, 2.22, and 3.33. And I'm sad. You know, when you're not crying externally, but you're so sad inside that you know, you can't do anything else but to think, oh my god, I'm sad. Hideaki Anno, you are an evil person. Truly evil. I know Neon Genesis Evangelion is the series that changed everything for animation, Japanese animation, in terms of what we view as character and the psychology of a character, which is actually a very interesting aspect that I find in some of the newer books. So it's kind of an interesting aspect. So I am sad. Hi, good morning. Today is Tuesday and there's a little bit of change of scenery because I've been, that's my music stand, I've been playing my flute because later today I have my flute lesson via Skype, which is still bizarre. Update on Nevernight. I am near the end, kind of, not really, but I am starting to not like this book very much. I've read at a point that I'm bored, and when you read a book about assassins training at an assassin school, kind of school, like, how can you be bored? But I am, because the lessons have not been described in details in a very long time, and that's what's interesting to me. The plot has not been going forward. The only thing that is going forward is the romance between the two, like the main character and another character. That is, I like the male love interest kind of a lot. Yeah, he is a very cool character. I don't like the way that the main character is treating him at all. I hated the sexy scenes, but hated to the core. I had to skip the last one because I was so like ticked off at the way that they are described. So that's that. There's just been another death at this point. The first death was like right here at the first third, and it was exciting at first, but then they forgot about it. So that's cool. And now they're blaming the second death on the main character for a stupid reason. And I am irritated. So yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm body reading this, I would have almost DNF'd this. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'll catch you up later if I manage to finish it today. So apparently people were undeterred by the very grey and windy weather, and they took almost all my books. Only these two have remained, so I'm going to stock them up with my other ones. Okay, hi, good morning. Today we are embracing our e-girl self because, I don't know, I found this pun of pink makeup, so pink eyeshadow, so I'm trying something new. And also, I'm in a pinafore. I'm in a pinafore dress, which, you know, I never wear dresses. I think I said that in a vlog. I am wearing dresses. I saw a tweet that I think about constantly about if you really have to go out while in, you know, while social distancing, go out in the weirdest, tackiest, and like most out of the box outfit for you, outfit and makeup. So this is kind of out of the box for me, but I kind of like it. Yeah, forever ending updates on Nevernight. I am liking this less and less. Not because there's anything wrong with the story apart from the sexy scenes, as I said, but because I'm getting bored. I'm very much getting bored and irritated about some characters. Not the main character this time, which is, you know, the main character is doing something really stupid right now, but I'm not that mad at it because I can understand why she's doing it. But some other characters, very frustrating, which I think they're meant to be frustrating, so I shouldn't be this mad. But I'm also bored! So yeah. I'm also participating in the, if you saw my last vlog, I participated in a Zoom meeting where we all read, that is hosted on Twitter. The account I will leave down below, but it's the Library of Alexandria. I think it's called like that. And we have a Discord server, and we were talking about Stephen King's book. And they all said they didn't like him. And I thought about picking up next Hearts in Atlantis by Stephen King. The coverless book. And I'm scared. Because I didn't really like The Institute by Stephen King. And nobody ever talks about this specific one. I have no idea what it talks about. A receipt. I bought this in 2015. Oh my god. That's 5 years ago. But it has drawings. I'm so curious. So yeah, I will finish Nevernight, update you, and then start this one next. Okay, let's go see my book box. So apparently some kind soul left us some books. This is Per un'educazione linguistica razionale, a cura di Domenico Parisi, and it's written by a bunch of authors. This is a Italian books about linguistics education, actually rational linguistics education. But the cool thing is, there are some bookmarks, there are all the letters, and it's like, there are some notes here written in pen. It's so cool. And then, this is a freaky thing, that it's a scary coincidence. This is Tutto il tempo del mondo by Andrea Molesini, and it translates to All the Time in the World, and it has some cool cardboard bookmark, but it's signed by the author to somebody called Giorgio. But this author, he used to be my mom's professor at university. That's so cool, but that's so freaky. That's a freaky coincidence. Oh my god. I am so happy somebody left us some books. Whoever like left us this and this. Thank you. I'm so happy. Okay, so it's technically the first day of the third week of the readathon, but I realized I never ended my last vlog, so I'm going to end it here. Very last update on Nevernight. I have 2 or 3 chapters left, and it's going downhill for me. So I was bored. I'm still bored, even though there's a bit of an action scene right now. But the thing is, I realized I don't care for the main character. I like the footnotes. I like her shadow cat, Mr. Nice. I like the librarian and the bookworms, and those are the 3 things that I liked in the beginning, kind of. But other than that, I didn't care for anyone. Well, maybe Hush, because he's mysterious. But, you know, when you don't care for the main character, it's kind of hard to care for the story that it's about her. So, yeah. Other than that, I think I will see you in my next vlog. Bye!